Hello and welcome to the Railsplitter Athletics Report. I am your host, Rusty Peace, and it has been some time since we have last seen each other. Snowmageddon 2015 has had us on a brief hiatus and has kept us from bringing you the Railsplitter Athletics Report, from producing it for that matter. But we're back in studio and we've got a lot to talk about. A lot has happened since the last time we met for the Railsplitter Athletics Report. LMU baseball team now 12-7 overall, 9-3 in league play with conference sweeps over Carson Newman and Lenore Rhine. Softball team has played some of the best the nation has to offer. They are right around the 500 mark and they're scheduled to open SAC play this weekend, weather permitting. Tennis team's in full swing, still looking for their first conference victories. The golf team, men's golf team, has already notched several top 5 finishes already, 2 of them in fact. The women's golf team is scored 11th in their only meeting, and of course the lacrosse team still looking for their first conference victories, and the men's and women's track teams with one under their belt already. We're going to take a timeout. When we come back, Adam Haley will run down the upcoming NCAA Southeast Region men's basketball tournaments after this on the Railsplitter Athletics Report.
We have a big problem, and we need your help.
It's happening on college campuses, at bars, at parties, even in high schools.
It's happening to our sisters and our daughters,
our wives and our friends.
It's called sexual assault, and it has to stop.
We have to stop it. So listen up.
If she doesn't consent, or if she can't consent, it's rape, it's assault.
It's a crime. It's wrong.
If I saw it happening, I was taught you have to do something about it.
If I saw it happening, I speak up.
If I saw it happening, I'd never blame her. I'd help her.
Because I don't want to be a part of the problem.
I want to be a part of the solution.
We need all of you to be part of the solution. This is about respect. It's about responsibility.
It's up to all of us to put an end to sexual assault. And that starts with you.
Because one is too many.
Hey everybody! Heart disease affects 1 in every 3 women in America, but you can fight back. There's no time to lose. Mothers, sisters, daughters, families, and friends, it's time to shout louder, stand stronger, and demand change. Let's go!
To the Batmobile! Dang it.
To the invisible jet!
Dang it.
Together, we can put an end to heart disease. It's time to go red for women. I could use your help. Yeah! Learn more from the American Heart Association at www.goredforwomen.org.
If you love your car or truck, let us help you keep it clean at Soapy J. Soapy J's has unlimited wash plans to fit every budget. Try our $5 express wash or one of our 3 monthly wash plans. The Wheel Deal, the Soapy J, or the new Blast Wax. With our monthly wash plans, if you pay with credit card, all you do is pay for the present month and your card will be billed on the 1st of each month. Don't forget, Soapy J's has free vacuums with any wash. Soapy J's Express Car Wash, open 7 days a week. Let us help keep your car or truck clean at Soapy J's. Soapy J's on the Cumberland Gap Parkway, Middlesboro.
Welcome into the 2015 NCAA Southeast Regional Preview Show. I'm your host, Adam Haley. Over the next couple of minutes, we're going to take a look at the 8 teams that have made the 2015 NCAA Southeast Region Tournament and the first round matchups on tap for Saturday, March 14th, inside the Tex Turner Arena in Harrogate, Tennessee. This season's NCAA Southeast Region will be the first to be hosted by Lincoln Memorial University and the first inside the 5,000-seat Tex Turner Arena. 8 teams will make the regional field. 2 from the South Atlantic Conference, 2 from the Conference Carolinas, and 4 from the Peach Belt Conference. We'll start our preview with the first game on Saturday between the 6th-seeded Columbus State Cougars from the Peach Belt Conference against the 3rd-seeded UNC Pembroke Braves, also from the Peach Belt Conference. This is the only first-round matchup of 2 teams from the same conference in the Southeast region. The Cougars will be coming into the tournament after losing in the Peach Belt Championship game last Sunday. Columbus State is currently 22-7 overall and will be making their 11th appearance in the tournament in school history. The Cougars are led by first-team All-Peach Belt Conference member Kenny Funderburk, who averages 19.2 points per game, which is second best in the Peach Belt this season. Helping Funderburk will be the second-team All-Peach Belt Conference member D'Angelo Kirkland, who averages 13.4 points per game and 11.7 rebounds per game. Kirkland was first in the conference in rebounding by a 2.1 margin over second place. The head coach for Columbus State is Robert Moore, who is in his 5th year at the helm of the Cougars. This will be Moore's second time in the Big Dance with the Cougars, and they'll be looking to get back to the regional final for the first time since 2000. The Braves will be coming into the tournament after losing in the Peach Belt semifinals on Saturday. a tournament in which the Braves hosted. The Braves are at 25-5 on the season and ranked 17th in the nation by the NABC coaches poll released earlier in the week. This will just be the third ever appearance by the Braves in the NCAA tournament, and all of those appearances have come in the past 5 seasons. UNC Pembroke is led by first-team All-Peach Belt Conference Quemaine Rose, who averages 14.4 points per game while pulling down 6.5 rebounds. Third-team All-Peach Belt Brandon Winford is also a player to remember for the Braves. The 6'7" junior forward will be coming in averaging 12.7 points and 8.1 rebounds per contest. The head coach of the Braves is Ben Miller, who is in his 7th season at UNC Pembroke. Now, this will be the second time this season the Braves and the Cougars have met on the hardwood, with Pembroke taking the first game back on December 18th at home, 76-72. Game 2 on Saturday will take place at 2:30 p.m. It will match up the Peach Belt Conference champion and second-seeded Montevallo against the South Atlantic Conference tournament champion and 7th-seeded Carson Newman. The Eagles had to win their way into the NCAA tournament last week in the SAC tournament, and they did so taking down Coker, Newberry, and Lincoln Memorial. Carson Newman is 18-13 on the season, and they are the only team in the Southeast Regional Tournament to not have 20 wins on the season. That doesn't mean this team is not ready for the spotlight. This will be the Eagles' 4th trip to the NCAA tournament and their 2nd in a row. They lost in the quarterfinal round last season. The Eagles are led by first-team All-South Atlantic Conference member Carson Brooks, who averages 15.5 points per game while pulling down 6.7 rebounds. Freshman Charles Clark from Murfreesboro, Tennessee, was named the SAC Tournament MVP for averaging 24.6 points per game in the tournament. Chuck Benson is the head coach of Carson Newman now in his 5th season in Jefferson City. He is still looking to duplicate the success he had at NAIA Martin Methodist College in the early 2000s, when he took them to the national tournament 3 times. The Montevallo Eagles may be one of the hottest teams coming into the Southeast Regional Tournament, as they were the only ones to win their regular season conference title and the tournament title. They have won their last 8 games and 15 out of their last 16. But their win over Columbus State last Sunday in the Peach Belt title game may have been their most impressive win of the season. The Falcons were down by 25 in the second half and found a way to come back to win in overtime. The Eagles will come into the tournament with an overall record of 24-8, and they're ranked 23rd in the nation by the NABC coaches poll. The Falcons are led by Peach Belt Conference Player of the Year Torrin Brown, who led the Peach Belt with 19.6 points per game. They also have Peach Belt Tournament MVP Larry Slaughter, who in the 3 tournament games averaged 13.6 points per game while pulling down 10.3 rebounds. Slaughter also led the Peach Belt in field goal percentage, shooting 61% for the season. Danny Young is the coach of Montevallo, and this will be his 10th tournament at Montevallo in his 12 seasons of coaching the Falcons. All of Montevallo's tournament appearances have come under Coach Young's watch. Now, this will be the first matchup between the Falcons and the Eagles since November 26, 2004, when they met in the 100-game Classic in Kennesaw, Georgia. Montevallo won that game 93-53. Session 2 on Saturday will begin with the top seed in the Southeast region, Lincoln Memorial University, going against another team that had to win their way in, the 8th-seeded and Conference Carolina Tournament champions in the North Greenville Crusaders. North Greenville had to go through 2 regionally ranked teams last week in the Conference Carolinas tournament, King and Mount Olive, just to be in the field of 64. Now, while you may think of the Crusaders as the Cinderella of the Southeast region, the facts say this team will be ready for the challenge. They come in as one of the most balanced teams in the nation, as they are ranked in the top 10 in field goal percentage and in the top 20 in the nation in field goal defense. North Greenville is 22-9 on the season and is currently on a 6-game winning streak. This is the Crusaders' first NCAA tournament appearance in school history as a non-independent. They are led by freshman guard Spencer Reeves, who was selected as the Conference Carolinas Freshman of the Year. Reeves averages 17.1 points per game from North Greenville, which leads the team and is 4th best in the Conference Carolinas. He's also 3rd in the conference in three-point shooting percentage at 43.4%. Also keep an eye out for LaShawn Alexander, who is 4th in the conference in field goal percentage. He averages 13.6 points per game throughout the conference tournament and only missed 7 field goals in their 3 tournament games. North Greenville is led by Coach Chad Lister, who is in his 13th season. The top-seeded Railsplitters from Lincoln Memorial University are one of the top teams in the nation, and they have been nationally ranked all season, even reaching number 1 at one point in the season. LMU won the South Atlantic Conference regular season title by 8 games, but lost in the conference tournament game last Sunday. They are 29-2 on the season, and their 29 wins are the most in SAC history and are currently 4th most by any in Division II. LMU is currently first in the NCAA in field goal percentage defense, with their opponents only shooting 37.4% per game, and they rank 4th in the nation in rebound margin, out-rebounding their opponents by 10 boards per game. This will be the 5th appearance in the NCAA tournament for LMU, and all those trips have happened consecutively. They have never gone past the regional semifinals in school history. The Railsplitters are led by SAC Player of the Year Lorenzo Ross, who averages almost 12 points per game, and All-SAC First Team Luquan Choice, who leads the team with 15.5 points per game. The Railsplitters coach is Josh Schertz, and he's been at the helm for 5 straight 25-win seasons, which only LMU and West Liberty have currently accomplished. Now, LMU and North Greenville have met 7 times in history, with the Railsplitters leading the series 5-2. The last meeting was on January 30th, 2008, which was a 90-76 LMU win. The final game of the day on Saturday will pit the 4th-seeded Mount Olive Trojans against the 5th-seeded GRU Augusta Jaguars. The Jaguars will be coming in as the only team that did not play over last weekend. They were upset by Young Harris last Wednesday, 83-76. Before that upset loss, the Jaguars have won 11 straight, and since the turn of the calendar, they are 14-4. They're 23-6 on the season, which is their best season since the 2010-11, in which they lost in the NCAA Regional Championship. This will be the 11th NCAA trip for GRU and their 2nd consecutive. The Jaguars will lean on Peach Belt Conference first-teamer Keyshawn Sherrill, who will be coming in averaging 18.4 points per game, which is 5th best in the Peach Belt. Sherrill was also first in three-point percentage, hitting 46.4% of the three-pointers put up. Helping Sherrill will be senior Devin Wright Nelson, who was named Peach Belt Conference 2nd team. Wright Nelson averages 12.9 points per game and 6.1 rebounds per game. His 53.5% shooting from the field is 8th best in the Peach Belt. Dip Mitris is the head coach of the Jaguars in his 11th season in Augusta. This will be his 7th season taking GRU Augusta to the NCAA tournament, and he'll be looking for his 4th Elite 8 run with the Jaguars. Mount Olive will be coming into the Southeast Regional Tournament off their first loss since January 3rd. Their loss in the Conference Carolinas Championship game broke a school record 17-game winning streak. The Trojans won the Conference Carolinas regular season championship. They're ranked 9th in the country by the NABC coaches poll and currently have a record of 28-3. Of their 3 losses, 2 of them come from teams in the field of 64, and the other one came from King University, who was regionally ranked last week but got bumped from the field. This will be Mount Olive's 7th appearance in the tournament and their first since the 2010 tournament. The Trojans will be led by Conference Carolinas Player of the Year Dontrell Bright, who averages 14.3 points per game, and Conference Carolinas Defensive Player of the Year Kendall Hargrove, who adds 10.5 points per game while grabbing a team-high 8.4 rebounds in a contest, which is tied for the best in their conference. Trojans coach Joey Higginbotham also won the Conference Carolinas Coach of the Year for the 2nd straight season and for the 4th time in his 7 years at Mount Olive. He'll be trying to coach the Trojans to their first NCAA tournament win since 2006. Now, this will be the 2nd meeting of the season for the Jaguars and the Trojans. The first one took place back on November 30th in Mount Olive, and it was the Trojans defeating the Jaguars 82-75. Now that you know about the teams, we want to let you know that if you are coming to Harrogate for the tournament, everything you need to know about the area should be located on the NCAA Southeast Regional homepage located at LMURailsplitters.com. In addition, the LMU Sports Network will bring you every play from the opening tip on Saturday to the time one lucky team cuts down the net and punches their ticket for the Elite 8 in Evansville, Indiana. Now get your dance shoes out because the big dance is here. I'm Adam Haley, and this has been your 2015 NCAA Southeast Regional Tournament preview, and we'll see you Saturday afternoon live inside the Tex Turner Arena.
You make me wear my bike helmet. You taught me never to run with scissors.
You tell me to stay away from drugs.
To always buckle my seatbelt.
And to follow the swimming rules.
You're always looking out for me and trying to keep me safe.
So why do you keep a loaded gun in your drawer?
Here in the garage.
Closet? Shoebox under the bed. Where anyone can get to it. How safe is that?
How safe is that?
How safe is that?
You asked them to follow some safety rules. Now they're asking you. In fact, they're counting on you. Never let your gun get into the wrong hands. If you own a firearm and are not using it, please be responsible and be sure that it's stored in a safe place. Remember, always, lock it up. For more information on firearm storage safety, visit ncpc.org.
You can be a hero by being prepared for an emergency. First, make a plan. Call a family meeting to plan for things like how to connect with loved ones after an emergency.
There.
Or your escape route.
I am not fast.
Build a kit. When disaster strikes, it's important to have enough supplies to last 3 days. And don't forget the batteries.
Low battery.
Number 3, know the facts. From blackouts to floods, no matter the emergency, the more you know about it, the better you can deal with it.
You're gonna need some upgrades.
Number 4, get involved. Lend a hand in your community to help others know their role in an emergency.
You guys, do you feel this? We're gonna be heroes!
You can be a hero by being prepared.
Yes!
Visit ready.gov/kids for more preparedness tips.
Welcome back to the Railsplitter Athletics Report. Special thanks to Adam Haley for going through all that tournament information. That's a pile of information. Very talented field, very deep and capable field of teams in this year's NCAA Southeast Region Men's Basketball Tournament. First time ever here at Lincoln Memorial. And Coach, I'll ask you the question that Adam asked us before we went to commercial break. Do you have your dancing shoes on?
Oh yeah, no, we're excited to have the tournament here. Obviously, you know, it's been I feel like we've been in position here the last 5 years, and previous 4 it didn't work out, and while we were, you know, not thrilled with the way we were, played on Sunday coming into this, it is really exciting to bring the tournament here, to have the opportunity to host it, and like you said, arguably the best field maybe in the NCAA tournament, the best region. To have that here inside of Texas tournament. You got 4 of the top 20 teams in the United States nationally ranked here. You got 2 other teams that were nationally ranked at points this season in Augusta and Columbus State. So you got 6 teams that were in the top 25, and the 2 teams with really probably the longest winning streaks are 7 and 8 with Carson Newman and North Greenville. So really a talented field, great players, coaches. Should be an unbelievable 4 days of basketball.
Lincoln Memorial, the top-ranked team in this tournament, and they're joined by SAC opponent Carson Newman, the only team that's been able to hand us a loss this year. For the Conference Carolinas, you got Mount Olive and North Greenville, but this is a strong tournament field from the Peach Belt Conference.
It is. You know, the Peach Belt's always been one of the best leagues in the country, and you know, they've hosted until this year. Every year, a Peach Belt team has hosted, and you know, it's you look at it. I mean, they got 4 teams in, and 4 teams that all won, I think, you know, 20 some odd games. I think 22 to 24, 25 games. So unbelievable depth in the field. When you get to this stage, there's no bad teams. You know, that's the thing. Going through the regional, this being the 5th year, we'll be able to play in it. When you get to this point, everybody's good. It's kind of like the NCAA tournament second round, because there is no 116 game. There's no Cinderella 215. You know, it's the second round of the NCAA tournament, which is where you saw games last year at the Division I level, like Kentucky versus Wichita State. You know what I mean? The 1-8 game, those games in the second round, 3-6, 4-5, really, really tough games. You got to play very, very well to have a chance to win. You got to have some fortune, and you got to play at an unbelievably high level. I mean, and those 2 things combined can get you the team that has that, you know, those 2 things going for it. So some really unbelievably sound play and some good fortune. We'll be cutting the nets down Tuesday night.
We've got 3 automatic bids in this tournament in North Greenville, Carson Newman, and of course Montevallo. Montevallo, I think, would have made the tournament anyway, but for North Greenville and Carson Newman, it was a must-win situation for them to make the NCAA regional. North Greenville, I've heard 2 or 3 people say, and maybe I have said it at one point, that they're not supposed to be here, but when you look at their record, they've got a very respectable record.
Yeah, they're 22-9. I mean, they've earned their way in. I mean, they've won 6 straight coming down the stretch, And I think they definitely deserve to be here because you go and you beat King, who was 7th in the region. You go and beat Mount Olive, who was 3rd in the region. You beat Mount Olive on their home floor, who's top 10 in the country. They're going to be coming in here flying high, and they're playing very, very well. You look at them statistically, they're the best offensive team in Conference Carolinas. I think they're 8th in the country in field goal percentage, shoot almost 51% from the field, lead the league as well in three-point offense percentage, free throw percentage. They score almost 80 points a game. They're sound defensively, top 20 in the nation in field goal percentage defense, out-rebound their opponents. It's a very, very good basketball team. And at this stage, you know, if you're not operating at the very best top of your game, you're going to get beat because there's no game that you can just get by with an average or slightly above average performance, execution, or competitiveness.
We've talked about many times, you know, when you get to this point in the postseason tournament, the level of difference in the competitiveness is not that much. When you're talking about a scores, very rarely will you see a team get blown out. Now, let's talk about the individuals in this tournament. Coincidentally, we have all three players of the years involved in their conferences involved in this tournament, as well as the coaches of the year. So that says something about what has taken place during regular season play.
It does. You know, you're talking about unbelievably successful, teams that have won a lot of games over the course of a season, and you know, it's not a shocker at all to me to have a Torrin Brown, a Lorenzo Ross, you know, those guys, and I know Mount Olive's kid was the player of the year there from Conference Carolinas. Those kind of guys in this tournament, because usually when you get those kind of individual honors, it's a reflection of having a really good team. Every team in here is, I think, Adam hit on it, Carson Newman's probably the only team that's won less than 22 games in this field. So everybody else is 22 games or above, and Carson Newman's had a whale of a last month of the season, so they're certainly more than deserving of being in here. So, individual honors, great players, reflections of great teams. Should be really unbelievably competitive basketball here Saturday, Sunday, and then obviously for all the marbles on Tuesday.
Of course, we've gone with the analogy over the years that, if you capture the #1 seed, that's your easiest road to the Elite Eight if you can get through the regional process. But in this particular tournament, you got 4 nationally ranked teams, 1 versus 8 to start out with. 8 is kind of they're arguably the hottest team in the region right now. They came in on a glass slipper, and they're still running, and they're playing well. But a very strong field of teams nonetheless. Now, Coach, all of this tournament this weekend will culminate to one team that will advance out of the region to Evansville, Indiana, and the Elite Eight, 8 regions throughout the country, all going through the same process this weekend.
Absolutely. It's the way Division II does it. You know, they regionalize it, and they go, our Final Four from the Division I standpoint is the Elite Eight, because you're working to win a regional championship. It's really, in the Southeast regions, as good a region as there is in the country. Our field is as good a field as there is in the country. They don't mix and match. So, here we are, and this is kind of how it is. So we're going to have to play unbelievably well. You're going to have 4 unbelievably competitive games on Saturday, 2 on Sunday, and then obviously the championship on Tuesday. But it'll be really just who can kind of come out and perform at a high level. And you got to, the teams are so good, if you allow them to play their best, you have no chance to win either. So, I think we've put ourselves back in this situation. Obviously, we want to take advantage of it. As you said, the host is the best route to go, but doesn't guarantee anything. You got to go out and you got to earn it between the lines. You got to go play well. It's great to be a 1 seed. I'm more concerned, are we going to play like a 1 seed? And that's what we got to do starting on Saturday.
If we can, let's go back and look at that tournament graphic one more time. There you see, now actually Lincoln Memorial is listed at the top, but that won't be the first game. I think the first game is going to be the North Greenville, the Pembroke game against Columbus State. Then, of course, you've got Carson Newman and Montevallo in Game 2, I believe. Then Lincoln Memorial and North Greenville Game 3, and Mount Olive and Georgia Regents Augusta in Game 4. Now, obviously, Day 2 would be a battle, but there's a lot of basketball to be solved before that point. Coach, real quick, we got less than a minute probably. Any keys to competing against this North Greenville Crusader basketball team?
Starts with what we got to do on the defensive end. They're tremendous offensively. Got to limit their efficiency. Got to keep them off the offensive glass. we got to obviously going at it, Carson, and make some shots on the offensive end.
Exciting times, Coach. We want to wish you the absolute best of luck this coming weekend and hopefully into Tuesday, and we look forward to watching the Railsplitters play one more time.
Appreciate it, Russ.
All right. Josh Ertz and the Railsplitters, again, in action 5 o'clock Saturday. We'll have pregame coverage on the LMU Sports Network just prior to tip-off. We'll take a time out and be back to tell you about how you can pick up tickets on the Railsplitter Athletics Report.
At Citizens Bank, we're different from everyone else. We've proudly served business communities of Northeast Tennessee since 1912 and have security you can count on. We offer the convenience of internet banking, excellent loan services on various types of loans, cash management, and small business banking at all of our convenient locations in Harrogate, Tazewell, New Tazewell, Bean Station, and Morristown. Visit our website to find out more at citizensbanktn.com. Citizens Bank, no more banking as usual.
Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Maybe he's really focused.
Hey, Michael. Michael. Maybe he likes spinning the wheels.
Maybe he just loves trucks.
Maybe he's just being a boy.
Preoccupation with objects is one early sign of autism. Learn the others today. The sooner it's diagnosed, the better.
Commercial to residential, from the basement to the attic, Knoxville Drywall can deliver full-service drywall, insulation, and paint contracting. Knoxville Drywall specializes in new and tenant build-outs, drywall repair, drywall grids, metal stud framing, acoustical ceilings, suspended drywall ceilings, and ceiling and wall texturing and painting. Knoxville Drywall also provides wall-blown insulation for existing walls, attic-blown insulation, wall and ceiling batts insulation, and crawlspace insulation. Knoxville Drywall Incorporated, serving Knoxville and the surrounding area for more than 56 years with outstanding quality and competitive pricing.
Whether institutional case good or architectural woodwork, Nolan Products Incorporated of Knoxville has been serving East Tennessee, Southwest Virginia, and Southeast Kentucky since 1958. From concept to finish, Nolan Products custom builds to the highest quality standards to meet your facility specifications while using only the finest materials available. Nolan Products has been serving and meeting the needs and requirements of general contractors and architects in East Tennessee and surrounding area for more than 55 years. Nolan Products Incorporated, 912 4th Side Street, Northeast, Knoxville.
Welcome back to the Railsplitter Athletics Report. Again, you can pick up tickets to the NCAA Regional Tournament. There are no freebies this weekend, I can tell you that. You can get those at the door, the front gate of the Tex Turner Arena. The back side of the arena has been designated for teams, tournament officials, and game staff for the various games in the event. And so you will not be allowed in the back side of the arena. But you can pick up tickets at the front door. I'm told $8 for adults, $4 for senior citizens, $4 for students with a valid ID. You must bring your valid student ID in order to get that $4 admission price. Also, I have been told that there will be some tickets that will be issued to LMU students. I'm not sure of the number, but it's the first few of those students that come to the gate. As long as tickets last, you will be admitted and covered by one of the departments here on the Lincoln Memorial University campus. LMU DCOM as well, I think, sponsoring the first 50, if I'm not mistaken, LMU DCOM students coming in to show support for the Railsplitters. So 2 sessions on Saturday, session 1, 2 games, session 2, 2 games. That's the quarterfinal round. Games 2 or session 3 on Sunday, and that's the semifinals. And then, of course, the championship Tuesday. It's all the time we have for tonight. Until next week, for the Railsplitter Athletics Report, I'm Rusty Peace. Good night.